On day 1 I collected my free parsnips and spent some time cleaning up the farm, where I then planted and watered my parsnips. I then started deforesting my farm as I would need the wood for the chest and the bridge repair at the beach later on. I then spent some time collecting forageables and searching garbage cans for extra things to sell. I then headed back home and sold everything I collected, helping me reach level 1 foraging and earning just under 400 gold. I spent the morning of day 2 watering my crops and then headed to the beach. After hearing Willie's entire life story, he gave me a bamboo pole. I then proceeded to fish the day away, trying to earn enough money to buy the fiberglass rod. I headed home late in the night to sell off the haul for the day and headed to bed, where I reached level 3 fishing and made just under 1,000 gold. I was straight to the beach early on day 3, where I fished outside Willie's shop until he opened, selling off what I had caught up to that point and buying the fiberglass rod. I spent the rest of my money on bait and proceeded to fish the day away. I only managed to catch 6 catfish today, which wasn't the greatest, but I did reach level 5 fishing by the end of the day, where I selected the fisher profession. I stored away all of my valuables on day 4, watered my crops, and then spent the rest of the day deforesting my farm. I would need all this wood to repair the bridge at the beach, hopefully tomorrow. The only thing of note was getting a combat quarterly book from a tree, which gave me level 1 combat. This is pretty incredible, as this is only a 0.004% chance, or 1 in 25,000. Too bad it wouldn't be of much use in this playthrough. I do have plans for an interesting challenge in the future that will require lots of luck. Stay tuned for that if you're interested. Marnie showed up at my door with a dog on day 5. I gladly took her in and named her Lily. My parsnips were ready, so I gathered them and headed to Pierre's to sell them off. After that, I spent some time digging through garbages before selling some minerals to Clint, earning a nice profit. That's what I would have said, except I gave the money right back to buy some copper ore for a furnace and iron for a bait maker. There were lots of forageables to collect on the beach. I sold the excess to Willie and spent some time fishing at the beach. After selling enough fish, I bought the final ore I would need to make the bait maker. I fished the day away and reached level 6 and 7 fishing, as well as level 1 farming. Days 6, 7, and 8 were a fishing marathon. I fished from sunup to sundown each day, passing out at the mountain lake each night. I was starting to get really worried at this time, as I hadn't gotten another rainy day, and wasn't sure I would before the challenge was over. But I did keep hoping for it. I did manage to get a lot of treasure during this time, such as a Jewels of the Sea book and multiple rare minerals. I also managed to reach level 10 fishing, beating one of my 3 goals. The majority of day 9 was spent smoking largemouth bass and cutting down trees to turn into coal with the charcoal kiln. I was becoming very doubtful if we would actually reach our goal of catching the legend fish, or making 100,000 gold in the next few days. Days 10, 11, and 12 were again spent fishing, smoking fish, and making coal. I didn't manage to get another rainy day, so that means I failed the goal of catching the legend. What a bummer. I was still hopeful I could make 100,000 gold with everything I've caught up to this point, however. After spending 3 consecutive days fishing, I headed home on day 12, with all the belongings I had at the mountain lake. I ended up staying out way too late, reaching the shipping bin just before 2 AM, where I sold everything that I had got up to this point and went to bed. And we managed to beat the goal of 100,000 gold by earning over 122,000 gold, which included over $100,000 from fishing. Most of the money that we caught came from largemouth bass and bullheads, with some money coming from minerals and various other items. And even with the worst rainy day luck, we still managed to beat our goal. I decided to attend the Egg Festival for fun today, buying 1,223 strawberry seeds at the shop. An incredible number, but it would be impossible to plant and water these all spring. I of course won the egg festival, getting a total of 13 eggs. That's going to do it for today's video. I will definitely be revisiting this challenge in the future as I believe there is much room for improvement. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.